Hey, Christ Triumphant. I'm Chris. This is my wife, Emily. And we're so thankful to have this opportunity to be able to share a little bit of our testimony and history with you guys. And we kind of had a story that came to our hearts today that we wanted to kind of talk about a little bit. And I'll let my wife kind of start and she can share a little bit of her perspective, and then, I'll kind of jive in.
Yeah. So I think many of you know that Chris was not previously a believer prior to coming into this church, and really at the beginning as well. And we've been married for almost 8 years now. I always mistake that, but 8 years now. And it's been about 7 years of just prayer that Chris would come to Christ. And through continued prayer, it wasn't me who brought him to Christ Triumphant. It was actually one of his best friends, Daniel Dahmer. And it just happened so naturally, and it was just very apparent that God's hand was just completely in that. And so Daniel came to help us finish our basement. He gave us a call and said, "Hey, you should come to church." And I'm over here just really perked up, very excited about that, but also wanting to maintain some, like, okay, just whatever you want. And then you want to say what happened after that?
Yeah, so obviously she mentioned before, not a strong believer in Christ, probably the anti-believer in Christ, where I had every point, in my mind of why Christianity wasn't real or why God couldn't exist. And really, when looking back on that now, it's like it was almost fear. It was just fear of, knowing the wrong thing or picking the wrong thing or something like that. And I think what was so great in this journey and where we're at now is the ability that Daniel kind of gave us that. He gave me a chance. He said, "Hey, come to church." He kind of gave me an avenue, and obviously trusting him as a friend, I went to kind of appease him at first. And I think what Christ Triumphant kind of presented us and what this church was able to offer was just a chance to be with God, know God, and kind of take it from there. So I took the chance, obviously, and I think ever since then, God has been moving in our lives in tremendous ways, little, large, small, everything in between as far as how he's moving us and kind of directing our lives at this point. We're plugged into the church, which we purely enjoy. It's almost that the veil was, kind of lifted off my eyes, and you see things through the Lord and not for the worldly things that they were before. It's often like you don't understand that people that you knew or once were with acted a certain way or still act certain ways, and you still don't understand it. It's because they don't know the Lord, and once you do, it opens your heart, it excites you, but it also saddens you because you want to think about all the other opportunity of people to bring to Christ and kind of get involved in the same capacity you do. I mean, once you're saved, you want to save everybody. So yeah, it's been a wild journey. I think what we're most thankful for is this church, the people here, the opportunities, the community, the ability to kind of have those avenues to give and all those things, because once your heart's full and you're excited, you just want to take every opportunity and give everywhere. And it's kind of a guided, path that we're taking here as a church, and I'm excited kind of for the things to come.
Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing just as a spouse, just sitting in the seat and watching this happen from before, during, and then, after being saved. It's just an absolute amazing journey that we've been on, that I love seeing him on. Before, like he said, it was really very much kind of anti-Christianity. We didn't talk about Christianity very much or religion very much because it would just spur, differing opinions and then therefore an argument. So it was just absolutely amazing what had happened from the moment that he came into this church. Starting to really become open. It wasn't immediate. It was certainly a journey, but it was a journey that I am forever grateful for, because now I get to spend eternity with my husband. So, I mean, I'm just so excited about everything that that God has for us and our family and for this church. One thing that I'll also share too is right after Chris became saved, he said, "Wait, there's some not great things happening right now. I thought everything was supposed to be great. I'm saved. Why am I having these troubles?" And it just like, it made me giggle because it's just, it's such a picture of, oh gosh, everything's going to be great once I'm saved. But as followers, we know that we have trials and tribulations, and not everything's going to be great. And we're called to live like Jesus. And honestly, things have, through faith and just the continued justification, things have been wonderful. We've seen some really amazing things that God has blessed us with. But yeah, there are times of trials and tribulations, and I've just loved watching you go through those and stay strong to your faith. And the answer is always God, and I'm absolutely amazed by it, and nothing that man could do.